Arkansas starts the year off at home against Alabama A&M, then neutral site game against Arkansas State. That's such a big in-state rivalry that they had to put it at a neutral site. And then they go to Ole Miss, they go to Memphis, and then finally they're back home again against Notre Dame. So when you look at that, the first half of their season almost, they start the season off at home. They do not have another home game for a whole month. And then they got a bye week, and then they got to go on the road. I mean, if you're an Arkansas fan, I'm not sure how you enjoy this schedule, because for the whole first half of the season, you will only get to see your team at home twice. After that bye week, they go on the road at Tennessee. Then they get 3 straight home games. Pretty fancy now. They host Texas A&M, they host Auburn, and they host Mississippi State. Then their second bye week, and then the last 3 games of the season, they go to LSU, to Texas, and then they finish the season at home against Missouri. What's your prediction for Arkansas?
I think this is the toughest one in the SEC to predict, because they have Taylon Green back at quarterback. Bobby Petrino might be the best play caller in the conference. So you've got a veteran quarterback returning with a great play caller who's now very comfortable with that quarterback. You have a defense that's a somewhat of a question mark. 4 or 5 of their best defenders return. So they've got some dudes on that side of the ball. If they have a few other players step up, they could be probably better than expected. And they're going to score points, because Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green are going to score points. So I could see them as good as 8-4, honestly. My gut tells me 6-6, but I could easily see them sneaking up and beating Auburn, sneaking up and beating Texas A&M. So I'm going to go 6-6, but with a huge asterisk next to it, because I think they very easily could end up 8-4.
So this is interesting. We did not converse about our predictions before this, but I also have them going 6-6. I've got them starting the season off with 2 wins against Alabama A&M and Arkansas State, then losing to Ole Miss, then beating Memphis. So they're 3-1 at that point, and people are probably like, okay, this is going the way we expected it. But then they got to host Notre Dame. Notre Dame's going to kick their tail, and so 3-2. Then coming off a bye week, they come to Knoxville. It's a revenge game for Heupel. Historically, Heupel's very good in revenge games. They lose in Knoxville in a close game. I don't care who it is, who's playing for which team. It's Tennessee, Arkansas. It's always a good game. Always. So that's going to be a close one. But at that point, they're 3-3. And they got to go on the road to Texas A&M. I got to lose in that one. And then coming home and beating Auburn, because it's in Fayetteville. And, they're going to – Sam Pittman's going to feel like his back's against the wall, and they're gonna pull that one out. Then they're going to beat Mississippi State, because Mississippi State's going to be terrible. And then they're going to lose at LSU. They're going to lose at Texas. And then sitting at 5-6, they're going to do what they do every year, potentially to save Sam Pittman's job. And they're going to win at home against Missouri to end the season and become bowl eligible. So I got them going 6-6.
I'm not as high on Notre Dame as you are. I would put a huge circle around that September 27th game in Fayetteville. It's still relatively early in the season. Notre Dame has no quarterback. They have 2 dudes fighting for the job. Both are completely unproven. Imagine if you were Notre Dame and you had George McIntyre and Jake Merklinger competing for the job, except it's 2 dudes that aren't as good as either one of them. So they've got a huge question mark at quarterback, and by week 5, they may not have resolved that. And Bobby Petrino and Taylon Green could outscore Notre Dame.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Elijah says Arkansas goes 4-8. Tony said
No
4-8. Bonnet Clay said, "Who at Arkansas made this schedule?" Yeah, exactly right. It's not a great schedule.
It's not easy, but there's some sneaky wins in there, and they've got some key games in Fayetteville. And I'm telling you, don't sleep on Bobby Petrino with a veteran quarterback. That man will put up points. Now, if Taylon Green goes down, season's over. They're going to go 2-10. But if Taylon Green stays healthy, they're going to be a problem.
Elijah said they win the first 2 games, and then they beat Mississippi State and Missouri, and that's it. So he has them losing to Memphis as well. Let's see here. Jonathan said 6-6, maybe 5-7, most likely. VFL in Texas said 6-6. Kevin Smith, welcome Kevin. He said they're going 6-6. Herb said 7-5 or 6-6. Bionic Clay said no more than 6-6. Kevin said they have a brand new receiving core.
Doesn't matter. Bobby Petrino, I'm telling you, Bobby Petrino is the best play caller in the SEC. He will find ways to score, and he will put people in positions to be successful.
And Kevin, thank you for being a channel member, buddy. We appreciate you. Herb said, can't wait for October 11th in Neyland. Absolutely. And Tony said they go 5-7. So not a lot of optimism for the Razorbacks among Vol Nation.